Alright, what is going on my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of like a breakdown as to the teams that I'm going to be using in the upcoming treasure map, which starts in a couple of days' time. Now, I did already put out a post on Twitter, as well as uploading a picture to the community tab of the YouTube channel, and I basically just showed you guys the teams that I was using. Now, obviously, I can tell you guys what I'm using, but it doesn't give you much detail as to how that team works, right? So in this video today, I want to go through it once again in terms of the characters that I'm going to be using, so you guys get a full understanding as to how my teams are going to be working in the upcoming treasure map. And likely when the treasure map debuts as well, I'll probably upload a video of me actually going through the treasure map with those teams as well. These are probably the teams I'm going to be running, but unless if some obscene circumstance shows up, these are probably going to be the teams that I'm going to be running. So let's go ahead and get into it. So right now I'm over on the One Piece Treasure Cruise Voyage Log website. This is someone's website that is linked in with the One Piece Treasure Cruise database. So I'll leave a link down below to the website. Very, very useful resource, especially when it comes to treasure map, as you can build your teams very effectively here. You can see how many points your team will actually have, and you can also build the intrusion team as well. Just everything about this website is fantastic. You can filter through the characters in terms of their classes and their colors. It's just very, very good. So if you guys want to build your own teams, come over to this website and we can go ahead and get started. So first of all, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through from left to right in terms of the teams that we're going to be building. So we're going to start off with Barajas. So what happens on the Barajas stage is that he gives you attack down for 2 turns. So immediately when I see attack down, there are kind of like a couple of characters here that can get rid of attack down. I think this Nami, this Nami, the treasure map Nami, can actually go ahead and get rid of that. But I actually opted for the Neptune because with Mont d'Or, I actually want to use Nami for that. And I guess, well then technically, you know, I'm kind of breaking up the structure of this video. I guess I'll just show you guys from start to finish how I like to build teams. So for the treasure map, I basically look through what every single boss does, and I try and just immediately punch in characters that will enable me to get around the debuffs of the enemies. As I said with Barajas, you get given attack down. Neptune can help you get around that. So that's exactly why I have Neptune here, because Neptune gets rid of despair and attack down by 5 turns, and also is just a great unit overall. He does so many things. Now, that's just one of the main things that you have to do with Mont d'Or, is the fact that there are mob characters on that stage, but the most important thing would be to get rid of the attack down, so we have Neptune here. Now, at the moment, I would just leave it at that and then move on to other things. So with Mont d'Or, the number one thing that he does, he gives you a full board of block orbs. Your captains will get orb sealed for 5 turns, and also your captains and then this unit here, the middle left unit, sorry, will actually get given 1 turn of cooldown reduction or rewind. So the characters that I want to opt to use here is treasure map Nami, because she enables me to get rid of the block orbs. And then also another character that can work really well in terms of reducing cooldowns would be this Kizaru right here, or you could use the treasure map rare recruit Neko Mamashi. You could use either of those guys. I'm opting to use Kizaru because the captain that I do opt to use here is Carrot, because she's just a really strong character, right? And then this is, at this point, I can just fill out the rest of this team here because I can already get around the block orbs. I already have a way to reduce my cooldowns, so I basically just need filler characters here to fill out this team. So definitely Colosseum Magellan's great because he doesn't have any immunity shields, so you can still poison him, you can strongly poison him, you can reduce his defense, you can delay him. So Mont d'Or is relatively simple at this point once we get around that. And then just to fill out the team, I just put in another quick character that gets fully boosted by Carrot, and then we go a 3.36 times team, and we're sorted with Mont d'Or. Now, moving on to Galette. Now, Galette is probably the most annoying one to take down because on the stage 6, before the final boss stage, you get given Despair for, I think it's 8 turns, and you also go ahead and get your captain's special binded for, I think it's 10 turns or something like that. So your captain's special abilities are useless here, but in terms of characters that can get rid of Despair, obviously this Neptune is a very solid option for removing the Despair, but this character up here, the Ambush Linlin, is fantastic because not only does she get rid of the Despair, she gives us 3 turns of an attack boost to our powerhouse and driven characters, and that's really good because we can actually carry that into the final boss room if we kill stage 6 in 1 turn. And also, she is a 1.35 times point booster character, so she's just perfect for this particular boss stage here. Now, on the final boss stage, all colored orbs are counted as negative against Galette. So the thing that can kind of help you get around that is you could use Colosseum Katakuri, because his special makes type orbs beneficial for Powerhouse and Striker for 2 turns. This is really good. You can use this on stage 6, and when you move on to stage 7, because of the preemptive attack, this will actually block your orbs from being treated as negative. So you could use that to your advantage moving on to the final boss stage. But for myself personally, the way that I'm getting around it is I am using this Sanji right here, the World Journey Sanji, because his special ability will change adjacent orbs into recovery, which if I then go ahead and use Katakuri as a captain, Katakuri already makes them beneficial. And, you know, with only 3 matching orbs, it's more than enough because of Katakuri's captain effect being so substantial, being a 4.6 multiplier against type advantage. So, and the fact we already see here 3 characters that are Psy, it's going to work very, very well. And then I also run this Reiju as well because she's Psy, she's fully boosted on the Katakuri team, and also the fact that she's also just going to be a useful character here just for doing more damage, right? And then the last character was kind of a filler one at this point, so I just went ahead and put Smoothie, and that was, again, a 3.3 times team. And for those of you who are wondering, you know, maybe those orbs aren't enough, well, I could show you straight away that, you know, the orbs aren't really going to be that big of an issue, because on the final boss stage, the Sanji will give us 3 matching orbs because of the meat orbs, and then with that we can activate the Sanji special. We'll have the Lin special still active, and that's pretty much good, right? But then we can also have the Sweet Smoothie Commander active as well, because we can use the special ability of Big Mom in the previous turn. And remember, there is a special limit on the Galette stage, so the fact that we can have Sanji here for orbs, we can have the color affinity from the Smoothie, and then with the amazing captain effects of Katakuri, 27 million damage. So I don't think I'm really too worried about the Galette stage. So yeah, very, very powerful team there. Now moving on to Perospero. Perospero was very, very easy to build for, because with Perospero, the only real thing you have to worry about is he has a combo barrier, and that's essentially it. So the way that I just decided to get around that relatively easily was just to use a double Snake Man team. You could optimize points a little better by using different captains, but Snake Man is just such a powerful captain that I just opted to use him. And then I just basically am running filler units at this point because there's no reason to run anything else. So I'm also running, who was else I running? I was running Mondor, that's right. I was running Mondor because of the color affinity that he can provide with his special ability, and also because I was not using them for any teams, I put in Yonji, and I also put in Reiju, who are very, very high point boosters, and that gives us a 4.25 times multiplier, so that's very, very good. So we still have the Bavawa team to fill out, but again, this was my process, right? I was trying to figure out what type of units would fit well on these teams here, but I guess we can go ahead and move on to the Big Mom and Smoothie and Oven, and then, because, you know, the Big Mom and Smoothie and Oven are the most important teams that you need to build for. What I would strongly suggest is to build your Big Mom and Smoothie and Oven teams first, and then with your leftover units to fill out the rest of the other teams. But because I have a lot of the boosted characters, building teams for them were very, very simple. I basically run almost the exact same team against both bosses here. I have the Jinbei point booster, I have the Pound point booster, I have Sanji and Judge as the captain, and then for the units that we run as the subs, against Big Mom, we're going to be using the Ichiji and Niji, and then against the Smoothie and Oven, it's essentially the same sort of team here. We run the double Sanji and Judge, we have the Jinbei, we have the Pound, and we also have Niji, and then we are going to be running Reiju because Reiju is able to remove all the debuffs on stage 2. And you can see very, very substantial points, 14.35. So treasure map is going to be relatively easy for me this time around. And if I end up finding a Cracker Friend captain, obviously I'm going to run a Cracker Friend captain if I find them. But you know, you're not guaranteed to find Cracker Friend captains all the time. So in most cases, it's going to be this team that I'm going to be building. But if Cracker's there, it's going to enable me to get even more points, which, let's see here, 21 times. Now remember, we do have the bird in this treasure map, meaning that all of these point multipliers are multiplied by 1.5. So you actually get even more points this treasure map, which is really, really good. So this is the whole breakdown of the teams here. But now let's go ahead and move on to Barajas, which was my other team that I haven't finished, right? Now, in terms of, you know, if I have like some other teams I need to fill out, I basically scroll up to the top and see what are the higher point booster characters that I still haven't used yet. So we can see I haven't used Holtzman, Katakuri, I haven't used this Luffy, and I haven't used Smoothie and Owen, and then I don't have these 3 characters here. So Smoothie and Owen are a great captain because they boost Quick, Psi, and Int when you use their special ability to become the dual captain. They're like a 3.75 captain, which is pretty good, but that's not the reason why I would use them. It's just because they're higher point boosters, of course. And then we can use Katakuri as a sub, we can use this Luffy as a sub, and then we can basically use this Whitebeard as a sub because Whitebeard, with his special ability, he's able to KO all the mob characters through barriers, which is great. But obviously we'd want to use Luffy special first, because if we use Whitebeard special first, we get his mono attack boost to himself, which is not really what we're trying to aim for here. We want to use the Luffy first, then we want to use either the Smoothie and Owen first or the Neptune, and then we can use the Whitebeard special ability, and there we go. Like, that's basically it. That's the full rundown of the teams, and you know, it didn't really take very long to go through it, but you know, overall, these are the teams I'm going to be running, unless if something else happens. You know, if I end up doing my treasure map tickets and I end up pulling like Legend Cracker for some crazy reason, that would be crazy. That would be, I couldn't even imagine, dude. I literally couldn't imagine, but that would probably be my captain at that point. And, you know, that would be crazy because the amount of points you can get from it is just bonkers. You'd be able to get like a 30, no, it'd be like, if with the treasure mode, but I think it's like a 51 times point boosting team, which is kind of wild. Kind of wild. I know some people are going to say this out there. When I posted the picture of my teams, some people did say this, right? You know, they said, when you're using Sanji and Judge, don't you need one of every color for their teams? No, you don't. If you actually read the captain effect of Sanji and Judge, if there are 6 powerhouse characters on your crew, boost the attack of powerhouse by 3.5. That is Sanji's captain effect. Now, with Judge, yes, you do need one of every color, but when you combine them, he just states, if you have 6 powerhouse characters on your crew, boost attack by 4.25. So that is the most important thing. As long as you have 6 powerhouse characters on your crew, you can effectively still use Sanji and Judge as a captain. You do not need all of the colors like stated before, and I know some people still think that, but I even showed like multiple teams in my showcase video for Sanji and Judge that, you know, you don't need one of every color in order to optimally use Sanji and Judge. But anyways, that's the rundown of the treasure map. As I said, when I actually get into the treasure map, when it debuts, I'll likely upload a video for you guys with my actual team playing through the dungeon effectively. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video of me actually explaining my teams this time around. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, I might do this more in the future. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.